eco-city design ideas, parameters, theory. So one of the big things is making more compact urban forms. Tall and textured buildings that are concentrated in like a small radius zone. So right here I have an example of what's called eco-city zoning. And basically the idea is that you locate the existing centers of life and activity in the city. Like where is the center of the neighborhood? And so at that center you put a little red dot. And then depending on whether it's like your downtown core or just like some quarter, you build concentric circles around your dots. So that starts to inform the urban form. The next step would be to identify the riparian corridors, the wildlife corridors, the really steep slopes, natural areas, parks, and color those in green. And then you see your circles need to kind of compress in some places. And then so you got your circles, your corridors, and then you make cross sections, kind of artistic renderings of what these nodes look like, and so they actually turn out looking like hills. You've got your tallest buildings at the center of your red dot, and you're taking advantage of passive solar energy as much as possible. So the south side would be terraced so that you got your optimum solar gain, and you got your solar panels and we got a little picture here. It's not the best, but the idea is that at the edge of your concentric circles you have connected wildlife corridors or green spaces, and the city is actually several different islands of urbanization, rather than the whole area is covered with urbanization. It's compacted. So it forms a hill-type structure. You got your passive solar on the south, and then it's multi-layered. So you have not only do you have the street level down here, but maybe on the third or fourth story, depending on what your average height is, you've got another sort of streetscape built on top of roofs, where you have more commercial buildings, cafes, rooftop gardens, and then maybe dwelling terraces on top of that. Yep.
When you're talking tall, you're talking maybe 4 stories, because when you were talking tall, my first reaction was, oh my God, you're going to have people warehoused again. So are you talking
4 stories might be the average height limit, right?
So that's reasonable.
But then the city can use the height limit as an incentive to encourage people to do good development that's taller. So there, if you have residential on top of commercial on top of residential, and then underneath all of this you have usages that don't require a lot of light, like storage or composting facilities or photo labs or whatever. So it's a much more diverse, intricate, organic kind of style of development. Yeah.
I wanted to toss an idea of a pre-step before what you're talking about. I have an organization, we do ancient forest surveys, and our slogan is, if you're not forest, you're against it. And to me, one of the first steps is to take urban areas and start defining where we create forest again.